You are now listening to Exo-Politics in the Morning with Watermelon TV and the Cosmic Watch, your source regarding the extra-dimensionals, UFO, and UAP global and political agenda. Click the like button and subscribe to this channel. And now, here is 48 Medu.
Watermelon TV, good morning. It's Cosmic Watch. Good time to go outside right now. Could be a little cloudy, but good time to go outside and watch the stars. All right. I think today, here we go. 1 second. My bad, y'all. That's a good thing I'm live. All right, so good morning. This is Watermelon TV and the Cosmic Watch. And today's question is short and dangerous. Who is first Haim Eshed? This is for all my people that may not know. We'll do that first. Haim Eshed. Israeli, a retired Israeli official is what he was or is. I tried to look up some latest interviews he may have done since he made a shocking statement in 2020, and I really can't find any. I can't find any, or it didn't say anything on there. Turn this music down some. So he made a shocking statement in 2020. Now this guy is a Israeli official, and he said this publicly, that aliens will become, or he said that aliens are real, and there was a galactic federation, and that they met in tunnels either here or on Mars. So one of the two. So this is what this high-ranking official has said. Okay, that's scary when you think about it. So that's who Haim Eshed is. Go Google him, check him out for yourself. But did Haim Eshed just hand the establishment a live rehearsal for Project Bluebeam? So stick with me, because this is not entertainment. This is the playbook for how the sky could be used to remake and reshape the world. First, the fun fact file. Haim Eshed, a retired Israeli brigadier general and former head of Israel's space security, the Iron Dome, told mainstream Israeli press in late 2020 that extraterrestrials existed, that there's a galactic federation, and even that they are in covert contact arrangements involving world governments. He said leaders have kept this secret because, humanity's not ready. These comments were widely reported and replayed across international media. Of course, we didn't hear about that in 2020 in America over here, because we were battling COVID, and what else was going on? People was worried about their jobs. What else was going on? Rappers still misleading the youth. Drill music was at its height. We were praising and worshiping the drill music. So my community is definitely distracted. We have no idea about these things as far as it's something being prepared for us. Everybody's keep saying, oh, something's great's gonna happen. The mass media got us worried about nuclear weapons, and other parts of media got us fighting each other, Democrats and Republicans, Jasmine Crockett, doing all kind of wild shit, talking crazy everywhere she goes. really making black women look bad, but let me just stay on topic. Because it's not a good look. So nobody's informing us about these, real pressing issues that's happening. All the disagreements, that's fine, as long as the one party is not actually killing another party. I'm talking about just in the streets every day. So to stay on point, because I'll quick to derail. But that's part of this unpacking and unfolding all this stuff that we're experiencing, or at least seeing on social media. So Hashid's pedigree gives his claim some weight. He's not a YouTuber. He oversaw a space program. When a man like that says there is a joint base and officials meet with extraterrestrials, that's like a problem. Because he's gonna have millions of people, especially in Israel, looking out. It's funny. I gotta go here. It's funny. Just the last couple of nights I've been watching. They got cameras over the, I guess whatever the gold dome is in Israel, and so they're just showing live feed, and so they're showing us, and it's like, wow, man. I don't know where I heard this from. I think I was a kid when they talked about an alien return happening over Jerusalem. So it's just interesting that these things are like lining itself up, and now the universe has put me in its path. Right? We from the hood, right? That's what they call us. We black and we from the hood. What do we know about what? What do we know about UFOs? What do we know about Navy? But we do know because there's a lot of black people that join the Navy. So we need to hear more of our ex-military men. I need to interview some ex-military men about stuff that they experienced. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to it. So Eshed oversaw space programs. When a man like that says that there's a joint base where officials meet up extraterrestrials, people stop and listen. But don't just stop and believe. It means investigate. And of course, Project Bluebeam by Serge Benaster. I should have said on the screen. Yeah. Project Bluebeam by Serge Benaster is definitely, it's a conspiracy theory, but it's a theory nonetheless, which I like. And it's a playbook that Serge Benaster published in the 1990s. In short, Benaster urged that elites using advanced tech, holograms, directed frequencies, and psychological manipulation would stage cosmic events. I think that's what 3i Atlas is. I think it's a stage cosmic event just to ramp up the levels, or just to like show look, we're documenting. So 5 years later can pass. Well, we was telling y'all about it, but y'all was too busy listening to Cardi B. But anyway, so they want to fake a staged cosmic event, fake a religious appropriation, maybe even fake alien contact, to discredit existing religions and push humanity into a single global order. I think they're doing that. It makes sense to me. And that's it in a nutshell. Benaster's work is controversial and widely labeled conspiracy theory, but it contains a script. Create spectacle, engineer awe, and consolidate power. Sounds about right to me. But what do I know? I'm just from America. All right, and Benaster has 4 steps. Manufactured archaeological discoveries to discredit religion, simulate the sky with holograms and 3-dimensional projections, use mind pretending signals to make people hear a new global voice. That's already lightweight happening now. And finally, force a new unified belief system. If it sounds ridiculous, good, because ridiculousness is closer to, what is it? Truth is stranger than fiction. But watch how the rhetoric lines up with things we're seeing in real time. Curated video drops, theater-style congressional hearings, yes, and structured media narratives. Right, we get the same news, same cookie-cutter news every week. Straight-laced guys in suits, and I've been holding this back for 2 months. Okay. So now, place Eshed beside Monast. You know what? Before I do that, Watermelon TV, Cosmic Watch, man. We up. We watching. Let's do this.
Trump knows about it. That's according to Israel's former space security chief. In an interview with an Israeli newspaper, he said the aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are. NBC News chief global correspondent Bill Neely explains this one.
Hi, Alison. Well, this is quite a story, and it comes from the man who headed Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years. Haim Eshed is making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years, not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. He has called them the Galactic Federation of Aliens, and he says President Trump is aware of the existence of these aliens and had been on the verge of revealing their secrets, he claims, but was asked not to do so by the Federation in order to prevent what he calls mass hysteria. Well, the retired general says the US and Israel have kept it from the public because, quotes, humanity isn't ready and the aliens don't want to reveal themselves until humanity can evolve, he says, and understand what space really is. Well, the good news is that he claims an agreement has been reached between the US government and the aliens, a contract to do experiments here. There's also, he says, a secret underground base on Mars where there are American...
I got to stop it right there. Man, bruh, if we go by what, okay, just visiting Israeli government and the United States government. Like, come on, man. And it's really a slap in the public's face, man. Especially us conscious. The so-called conscious. What do you think they was rapping about in the 90s? What we were going to turn out to be. Right? Oh, man, y'all. I mean, just don't believe the hype. But, again, former FBI agent John DeSalza said that this is what you do. You draw up the fear, you draw up the speculation and the hype, and you're going to use real soldiers. That's what he said. It's going to fake a godlike contact. So when you hear UFO and UAP, I believe it. Think government. Because you are the alien human being watching this. You are the alien. All right, so now let's place Eshed besides Monast. Eshed says governments have known more than they told us. Monast says governments will stage what we think is contact. Combine a credible insider saying they're here and we're talking with them with a decade-old playbook that tells you how to fake a godlike contact. And you get people asking, what if the establishment isn't just hiding aliens? What if they're capable of faking contact when the time suits their agenda? Makes sense to me, y'all. We going right through it now. Especially we got mass immigration, and it's no disrespect to them. I don't know their conscious level or whatever, but most of those people are survivalists. They're trying to survive, food, shelter. They're not thinking, of course, everybody got cell phones now, but that's just the form of, for them. I mean, think about us in 2002 when a cell phone first came out. That's when the aliens should have striked. Right then. Don't gear us up with the holograms and all the tricks playing on our eyes. And now all of a sudden, a galactic federation is in communication with the Israeli government. Here we go again with our brothers, the Israelis. The next frontier. All right, so don't be naive. Spectacle is power. Teach the world to worship a sky show, and you control the technology. You control the theology, the panic, and the policies that follow. That's real. That's Manasseh's fear. And Eshed's claim hand the puppet masters a plausible stage prop. Like I'm saying, you're right. They're making it easy for us to draw the parallel or to bridge the gap. And so that's what I'm doing for the hood. I'm trying to bridge the gap because y'all don't study this. And y'all focus on mainstream media too much, and that's going to get you burnt. It's going to have your mind thrown off. All right, so, but hold up. The leap from Eshed said something to Bluebeam is happening, and it's huge. Here's the water test. What would convince me? A forensic checklist, raw files, original metadata, multiple sensor corroborations. Right. These things is like, okay, that's making more sense. But what would convince me is if it comes to my doorstep. I'm talking about the actual extra-dimensional. Remember, you hear ETs, extraterrestrials, that's man-made, that's government. You hear UFO, UAP, government. Extra-dimensionals, that's another thing. So until then, we just have testimony and tantalizing sound bites, not proof. And remember, governments can be both honest and deceptive. Eshed could be telling a truth, or he could be misremembering, speaking metaphorically, or being misrepresented. Manasseh may be a prophet or a provocateur. The facts matter more than the fever. The facts matter more than the fever. I don't know. So, why the Bluebeam fear is politically useful? Why would elites plant a stage contact? Because the outcomes are irreversible. A global emergency, centralizing authority, massive surveillance and defense budgets, and the sidelining of old religions and dissent. That's real. We're gonna put it to bed. That's why they go and give us reparations before you pull your your final card. Anyway, conjuring up a universal crisis, then sell the single solution: global governance and techno-spiritual submission. Manasseh called it the end game. If Eshed's statements condition us to accept, we were being prepared. Then spectacle becomes a recruitment tool. Ah, that's real. That's real. Again, I'm not saying that they're doing it. I'm saying they could. And the structures that would enable it, the AARO curation, commercial satellite tasking, jurisdictional secrecy, all exist now. So that's the question I want to ask my viewers. And leave a comment in there. How real are these aliens, and have you had an experience in your waking reality? I believe in the sleeping, when you go to sleep at night, oh man, the universe is yours. The universe is yours. You're on the other side. You're getting a taste of the other side of the universe. In this waking reality, are we going to see, what they're calling aliens fly airplanes? I mean, I'm not going for that. That's Star Wars. That's Hollywood. We grew up in the 80s watching movies. I'm from the 1900s and 70s. We grew up watching it, and so we've seen the evolution of the technology. Not no extra dimensional visiting this realm. And if so, hey, like I said, we the ones got you got to prove it to us, not using no fake hologram. So that's why we appreciate Serge Manasseh and his vision and his work, with this particular hoax. Again, all that Mars, pyramids on Mars, again, it's always one clip. It's always one or two different photos of it. And they look, again, grainy. It's like, okay, if you got one photo, how come you ain't got 10 from different angles? And then they show the Mars rover. Just look like, man, that's probably some area in Arizona. Darkened screen. I mean, I edit as well. So we know the games that can be played on your eyes. Believe half what you see, believe half what you hear. All right, let's get back to it. Haim Eshed, Israeli, and Yasser Manaz, I think he was a Frenchman or something of that nature. All right, let's go. Let's go. 1 second. Cosmic Watch, Watermelon TV, like and subscribe to the channel. Please. All right, so here's how Watermelon TV covers the Eshed Blue Beam Echo. We treat it as a high-stakes hypothesis. That means 3 moves. We demand receipts, force chain of custody transparency for every sensational clip, follow the money. That's the dangerous part. Which contractors and agencies get funded after, and which contractors and agencies get funded after the drama. In this, if this is theater, money follows the stage. If it's truth, the data will survive scrutiny. It's real. So again, we want to, we see it in the air. That's a cool clip, but where's the real raw data? Where's the telemetry, right? Who edited it? And don't be dazzled by authority or spectacles. We want to be forensics here at Watermelon TV. And we want to, and pass the gap or bridge the gap to the young and patch the gaps. Haim Eshed's words landed like a bomb. Serge Manas's blueprints, they make a potent story and a dangerous one if we swallow it whole. So that's what we do. Demand receipts, insist on independent verification, follow the money, protect our spiritual and autonomy. And that's the most important part. Watermelon TV wants to protect your spiritual autonomy. I ain't telling you what religion to go to and all that and fighting each other and see whose spiritual system works the best, and neither one of them is showing it because you're still fighting. So I want to protect my own spiritual autonomy, because if the sky becomes a stage, the people who control the script own the future. And I think that's what they're doing. They are working their best to the elitist. They want to reshape humanity. Watermelon TV watches the skies, and we watch the storytellers. If you want a skeptical black voice combing through the stars for receipts, hit the subscribe button. Keep your head up. Keep your eyes to the skies. Watermelon TV. I'm out.